What if you'll be asked to print 1 to 100 to the screen? One boring solution is print 1 to 100 manually, like this. Print 1, new line, print 2, new line, print 3, and so on. What if I say you print 1 to 1000 to the screen? Will you use the same solution? I bet you won't. This is when iteration comes in. Iteration or loops enable us to execute a sequence of statements repeatedly for as long as a certain condition is true, and terminate the execution when the condition becomes false. In C programming, we have three types of loops or iterative control structure. One is for loop, second is while loop, and third is do while loop. Let's have for loop first. Here's the syntax for loop. So we have the for keyword, then the initialization statement, which is the starting point of your loop, then followed by the test expression. This is the condition to be checked that if it gets evaluated as true, will allow the iteration to continue. Otherwise, it will stop the iteration. And the update statement. This usually contains increment or decrement operation. Let's have this example. Let's just count from 1 to 5. Remember the syntax for loop? We will begin with the keyword for, and then inside the parentheses are the initialization, condition, and update expression. So let's have that. We want to start our counting at 1. So we initialize the value of x to 1. And then the second part is for the condition to be checked in order for the loop to continue. Here we set the condition to x is less than or equal to 5. So the loop will continue for as long as x is less than or equal to 5. The update expression is just x plus plus. It means that each iteration, x will be incremented by 1. The body of a for loop will be executed for as long as the condition is true. Alright, let's run this code. To understand it further, let's trace the flow of our code. Alright, so the first hop is the initialization. And then it checks the value of x, which is 1, if it is less than or equal to 5. So it's true that 1 is less than or equal to 5. So it goes to the body of the for loop because the statement is true. Alright, and it prints out 1. So the next hop is the update statement, and that is x plus plus, which will make our x 2, as it adds 1 to our previous value of x, which is 1. And now the next hop is the conditional statement again. We will again check if the current value of x, which is 2, is less than or equal to 5. Yes, it's true that 2 is less than or equal to 5. So we will go to the body of our for loop and print the value of x again. And go to the update expression again, add 1 to the current value of x, which is 2, x now becomes 3. And compare the value to the conditional statement. Yes, it is true that 3 is less than or equal to 5. So let's go to the body and print the value of x again, which is now 3. And then go back to the update expression and add 1 to the current value of x, which is 3. X now becomes 4. And check if the current value of x, which is now 4, is less than or equal to 5. Yes, it's true that 4 is less than or equal to 5. So now we can still print out the value of x. After printing out the value of x, the flow goes back to the update expression. And 4 now is added by 1. And the value is 5. So let's check, is 5 less than or equal to 5? Yes, it's still true. So we can still go to the body of our for loop and print out the value of x. After printing out the value of x, the loop goes back to the update expression. And then it adds 1 to the value of x, that is 5. X now is 6. Let's check the condition again. Is 6 less than or equal to 5? That is false. So now the iteration is terminated. And we can no longer go to the body of our for loop because the condition is false. And that ends our for loop. At the right is our output to the screen. Let's have another example. Let's say display all even numbers from 6 to 20. All we have to do is to change the initial value and the condition. Let's have 6 for the initial value and 20 for the condition. And in the body of the loop, let's check further if the current value of x is even by using the modulo operator. And if it's even, print out the value, otherwise just continue with the loop without printing something to the screen. Let's run our code, and yes, we got it right. We can also have this version of the code. Let's change the update expression to x is equal to x plus 2, which means that we are adding 2 to the value of x in each iteration, and then remove the checking if it's even, because by using x is equal to x plus 2 and starting the value at 2, all outputs will be surely even. So let's run this version of our code, and we got the same output.